Okay, Daisy, what's your Proverbs for today?
Proverbs 19:1. Better is a poor person who walks in his integrity than one who is crooked in speech and is a fool.
What's he saying there?
I don't know.
He's contrasting two different kinds of people again.
Poor person and a fool.
What's integrity? Do you know?
I've heard that word before, but I don't know what it means.
Integrity means doing what's right. So it's walking in the right way, basically. So look at that again. Better, so this is the good one, he's saying. Better is a poor person who walks in his integrity. So he's saying it's better to be poor and to do what's right. Do you see that?
So does that mean we have to be poor? Even like we are a nasty happy family, we have a pretty good amount of money. Does that mean we have to be poor?
No, he's saying it's better though if you walk in your integrity and you're poor than if you're crooked in speech and a fool. So you'll see this in the Bible a lot, where oftentimes people who have a lot of money get it by not good ways.
Like, I don't need Jesus. All I want is money.
Or they lie to get it, which is what he's talking about here. They lie or they steal from other people. And not always. Not all rich people.
Some rich people are Christians.
Right. Do you remember the verse in the New Testament where it says, it's easier for a camel to go through the eye of the needle than a rich man to enter the kingdom of heaven?
Sort of, yes.
Okay, so it's hard for rich people. Whoa, we'll do that in a second. It's hard for rich people to love God because they rely on themselves. Oftentimes, they can rely on themselves because they have lots of money. They don't feel like you need anybody, right? Once you start to get money, you want more and more and more and more money. So you're willing to be dishonest. You're not having integrity, oftentimes, in how you get your money. What do you think crooked speech is?
Oh, like so God's is a straight speech, but when a fool does a speech, it's all crooked.
So it's basically lying. So crooked speech would be speech that's not straight. Speech that goes over here, and then it goes over here, and so he's saying this, and then the next minute he's doing that, and then he's all over the place in his speech, and he's a fool. So it's saying if you're gonna act like that to get money, it's better that you just stay poor and live in integrity. Do what's right. Does that make sense? So he's not saying you have to be poor. He's saying if you're gonna be a fool, and you're gonna be lying, and you're gonna be stealing from people to get rich,
just be poor.
It's better to be poor. The world often looks at poor people as like
bad.
Yeah, or less than because they're poor. Like
they have less money. Bad.
Right. Remember what we were studying in James the other night, where the poor man comes in and they treat him badly and they treat the rich person all nice? That's oftentimes how the world looks at poor people. Now, in what we call God's economy, or the way God runs the world, God uses the poor. It says he uses the foolish things of this world to confuse the wise. When Jesus was born, the angels appeared to the shepherd. They were like the scum of society. They were stinky and poor and they smelled like sheep. Jesus would go to the beggars. He would go to the lame people.
Remember how he went to the beggar and was blind and says, go wash off in Siloam.
The pool of Siloam?
Yeah.
So God often goes for the poor because they're usually humble. They're willing to listen to him.
So they don't heal rich people. He heals the poor people for the Pharisees to see.
Yeah, he did. And there's rich people who he helped that had faith. Like, do you remember the man named Jairus whose daughter?
Yes, and remember the Roman soldier?
Yeah, if they were willing to be humble and come to him in faith, he had no problem with rich people.
Remember he said, you've gone too late. He's already there and healed.
Oh, the servant that he healed for that soldier?
Yeah,
okay, yeah.
That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, so those were both very well-to-do people who, because they had faith and humility, Jesus is like, yeah, I'll heal your daughter, your servant. So it's not the being rich part that's a problem. It's the attitude that often comes with being rich.
So like, he was rich, but he had faith and
Humility. Yes. Yep.
To go and get, okay.
So it's a reminder, maybe someday you start a business and you get super successful and you get a lot of money. That's not a bad thing, but you have to make sure your heart stays right.
Like, a lot of money could do you to pay your mortgage, to get you a house.
And often having a lot of money makes it so you give a lot of money. You can help people who need it.
Like, to give to your church, to give to people who has less money.
Well, having money isn't a bad thing if you use it rightly and your heart stays in the right place. But what Solomon is saying is if you can't do that, better to stay poor and better to walk in integrity. That was a great verse. Do you understand it now?
Yes.
Cool.